Hey everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and this is going to be part 2 of my Back to Homeschool series. And today I'm going to be talking about getting organized. I will never claim to be the most organized homeschooler. In fact, I am probably more like the most disorganized homeschooler. I am forever looking for the better system. But I've been working over the last couple weeks to set up a system I've had in mind for a little while now, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it works for us. I think it will. My big problem, especially with my teens, is they tend to kind of just lose everything. They have work scattered all over the house all the time. It drives me crazy. I'm like, why? Why can't you just put your things in a binder on the shelf and leave it there? But they don't. It's always all over the house. And books go missing, and it drives me crazy. So I am working to find a system this year that prevents them from having this problem. Another problem is forgotten assignments. Even when I make a checklist, they kind of just sort of forget to do them, or they think they did it, but they don't know where their work went. I have the most scattered brain teens. It drives me crazy. So I have a system that I'm setting up for the boys, but also for my 8-year-old. My oldest is kind of independent. She's good. She knows what she's doing. She has her stuff situated. I don't have to worry about her anymore. But the rest of my kids, they're making me crazy. So I think I've set up a system. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Let's go. Here on the bookshelves, you can see that I have a bunch of crates and 3 drawer bins. These up here, these are my 8-year-olds. They're not completed yet. I can't find my label maker. I'm going to make some labels to put on here. But she has 6 drawers. The one in the middle there, that's just organizing things like pencils and erasers, markers for the whiteboard, binder clips, things we use all the time. These though, these are going to house her assignments. And right now all I have in there is math, Explode the Code, and her copy work, because those are books that will always be the same. And on these I'm going to have like individual assignments for each day. So papers that she needs to do for science, for history, art projects, that kind of thing. Those are going to go in here, so it'll be like science, history, art. And so that will hopefully keep her organized, and it's sort of a workbox system. It'll help her to see what she has to do each day. And when she's finished, all the drawers will be completed, and all of her work will then go into a binder. So down here, for my twins, it's a similar system, except theirs is in a crate, and they each have a crate, and it will house their binders, and will also house all their assignments. So each of these hanging folders is one of their courses. So you can see, let me set this back so you can see better. So you can see that we have math, and in their math one I put a graphing paper notebook to help them work out assignments. They have their writing and composition, world history, biology, literature and poetry, world mythology and religion, nature, art, and art history. And for each of these folders, and they're exactly the same except for Riley's has geometry instead of algebra. They're exactly the same otherwise. So basically what we're going to do is each of these, each day, I'm going to write an assignment on one of these little post-it notebook pad things for each of the folders, along with any materials they might need, unless it's a book, and then I'll just tell them what book to go find, because I only have individual books, so they have to share. And then they're going to go through and get their stuff done. And they'll put the papers back in the folder when they've completed it, so that I can see that they did their work, and then everything will get filed into the appropriate notebook. So that is my system. I don't know, I'm hoping it will keep us on target and organized. As far as the rest of our school supplies go, we have a shelf here that has these Lazy Susans on it with cans that are supposed to be organized by pens and pencils and that sort of thing. And for the most part they are, but people keep mixing things up just to drive me crazy, I think. So yeah, I have those set up here. We have our pun of the day calendar, a pencil sharpener, the 3-hole punch, some extra little pencil sharpeners, more pens, some bookmarks, that kind of thing, rulers. And then under that I have another one of these 3-drawer bins, and I just keep drawing paper in this one, lined paper here, and this one is index cards and origami paper, and this bag of like fun foam shapes, which is mostly just for crafts and things. And that is about it. I have our grade 2 books up here, my grade 10 books over here, a science kit, and that's about it. That is our homeschool room, if you will. It's not really a homeschool room. It's my kitchen. It's my dining room area, but I use it for the most part as our schoolroom. As far as individual planning goes for my children, I have just a simple composition notebook for my 8-year-old and one for my teens. So basically all I do, I am a very paper and pencil sort of person. In the front I keep a book list. This is all the books we're going to need for the year. And that includes the Build Your Library materials, but it also includes math and phonics, writing and grammar, anything extra that we're adding in. And then for each day, I do this in pencil so that I can erase and add anything. So each day, I have our assignments for each thing, copywork, history, literature, all the stuff that we're going to be doing. And I just write that all down in here for each day. It's like a daily checklist basically, but this is only for me, for my use, and it just kind of helps me to stay on task. So I really like this system. It makes sense in my head, which is important. I know there's like lots of fancy pants computer stuff you can do. I just think better on paper. And so this will also serve as sort of what we did over the course of the year. At the end of the year, I should have a finished notebook with all the work we've done, and I also make notes like when I need to get something from interlibrary loan, when we need to go to the library to pick up something we need, if there's like a documentary or a book that I think we need to add in. It'll help me to stay on task and remember to do those things. I try to stay a couple weeks ahead of myself so that I don't like, ooh, I needed this book through interlibrary loan, I guess I have to buy it now, kind of thing. So I don't like to do that for books that we're only going to use for a short period of time, but sometimes that happens. But I'm going to try really hard this year to stay on top of it so that that doesn't happen. And probably one of the things I'm going to end up doing is when we've completed work, I'll probably write over it in pen to make it more permanent and easier to read too. But that'll kind of help me to see what we are getting, what subjects are just falling behind, because it's always something. There's always that one subject that just sort of gets shoved off to the side, and I'm like, oh, we should have gotten to that, but we never did. It happens to all of us. The only thing that was missing when I was showing you everything is I haven't set it up yet. When we bought the binder clips, they came in this little box, and I was like, this is perfect for the narration cards. So I haven't printed them out yet, but I'm going to print out our set and put them in here. My older set is getting pretty grubby, so I needed to print a new one. So we're going to put those in this box as soon as I get around to doing that. And I was hoping to find another one, a similar container, because this is just like the perfect container for that. But now I can't open it. What is happening? Yeah, because it's a lid and it opens and it's clear and it looks nice on the shelf and it fits. So I was hoping to find another similar container somewhere for the boys' cards, because I don't want them to get mixed up, because theirs are a lot more complicated. There's the composition cards for the high school level. So if I can find another one, we're going to do that, but otherwise I'll probably just put them in a little Tupperware something. But that is my setup at the moment. I'm still adding to it and working on it and perfecting it, But for the most part, that is what we're going to be using this year to keep us on task and on top of our things and not losing our work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do you have an organization system? I would really love to see how you do it. I'm always looking for better ways and ways to perfect and make it really useful for all of us, because honestly, this is my kryptonite, is getting and staying organized. Ugh, it's so hard. It is just not my thing. It's not my talent. So I would love to see your system. I would love for you to describe your system to me, whatever. Just tell me how you do this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Until then, happy reading. Bye.